It's Bran. I'm at work. As you can tell from the title, I wanted to talk about, should we pressure our children? Because, so, my daughter has a couple years before she goes to college, and she's in French 3. So, let me just tell you though, this heifer, so I said, you should stay in French. That'll look good on college applications and everything. No, I'm definitely dropping it. Mom, you can't fight me on this. I mean, she was adamant. She's dropping French. And I'm like explaining to her, you should keep it. You should keep it. My throat is kind of hurting, you guys. That's why I'm doing that. But, okay. Please don't let me be sick. I just realized what I just said. But it's not hurting like that. Anyway, so she said, no, she was fighting me on it. So then she's in choir, and she's like, if I don't get to the next choir, I'm holding the phone so high up because I have on my uniform, and I don't want to show that. So I'm like, well, if you don't get into, I said, you should stay in choir too. She said, oh, if I don't get into the next one up, which is like Bel Cantando, I think. She's like, I'm dropping choir. I'm like, okay, let's not drop everything. So she's like, she was so adamant, argued me down. Last night, she's like, I think I'm gonna stay in French. So I know my kid, right? So I said, what makes you want to stay in French? She's like, oh no, I just think you're right about the college applications. She would never just think I'm right and go with it. So I was like, so that's what you thought about the last couple of days? That you think that I'm right? She's like, yeah, Mom, I said, Selena, I know you. Who else told you that it was a good idea? And then she starts laughing. I said, no, who told you? So then I'm like getting mad because I'm like, I told you this, and now you listen to someone else. And she's like, my friend who's a junior was saying it's good on applications and that she's going to stay in it too. I said, why is it that every time I tell you something, you have to hear it from someone else to believe it? I don't know what it is with kids and doing that. I don't know if it's all kids, but mine definitely. Sometimes she'll believe me, but sometimes it's like she has to hear it from someone else. It's so irritating. It's like that episode on Modern Family. If you guys watch Modern Family, that's one of our favorite shows, where Phil and Claire are fighting and Phil doesn't know what the fight is about. And Claire is mad. And she's mad because they go to a restaurant and he comes home and he's like, oh yeah, my friend at work said I should try a wedge salad. So she gets mad. She's mad the whole time. He doesn't know why. And she's like, you know how many times I've mentioned this to you? And then somebody else says it and then you go and try it. That's how Selena is. So I'm happy that she's come to that conclusion, whether it came from me or not, that she should stay in French. But I put the title as, should we pressure our kids? Because in a way I was putting pressure on it, but not too much, because I don't have complete control. By the time she graduates, she'll be 18. Pretty much she can do what she wants. I don't have the funds to completely pay for college, so it's her decision. But I've known other people who said, being fluent in another language is definitely looks good on the application, knowing that you've been in it, because she will have been in it for like 5 or 6 years by the time she graduates. So I don't know, you guys. Some things I don't pressure her on. Like, she was like, I'm so happy you're not one of those parents who I don't pressure about everything. She was like happy that I never pressured her about playing a sport. And the reason why I didn't is because I wasn't really into sports. I played volleyball for a little bit. I was really into dance, and I made sure I took dance wherever I was. I was taking dance because I took ballet when I went to high school in California. And although I'm sure the ballet teacher was like, this girl is not no freaking ballerina, but I took it and it kept me in shape and I loved it. I was never going to be a ballerina, but it was nice to learn. But she was happy, you know, that I never forced that on her. Some parents are really big about that, forcing their kids to do sports. And it can be useful, you know. I mean, that probably would have kept her in good shape, meet new friends. But she meets friends in other ways. She meets friends through choir, French, you know, different classes, things like that. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure out when is the appropriate time to apply pressure to your child, because I don't know. I think we definitely feel like we know what's best. We've been through more, but everyone's direction in life is different. So that's the thing that I always keep in mind. My direction was different than my mom, and so on. So I've never felt like, you know, we're not robots. Everybody's not going to follow in line and do the exact same thing. She is determined, though, to go to college, because she watched me go to college, and she was like, I know how much harder it was for you going while having a child. Even though I'll tell you guys about my education journey on another video, but I think it was best that I did go later. I did much better. I was on the dean's list and everything. But I want to apply enough pressure so that she knows when stuff is serious, but you know, that she should consider these things for her life, for her future. But I also am like, her journey may not be the same as mine. It could be way better. I pray that it is way better. So if you guys can comment below, what kind of pressure do you put on your kids? And how much would you apply pressure to the subject of like her getting ready to go to college in a couple years? But it's funny how sometimes what you're really good at, you don't really have any interest in. That is the weirdest thing. So I don't know. At least if she takes it till college, I don't know. Maybe she'll turn over a new leaf and decide to minor in it in college. I don't know if she's going to go that far with it, but she always talks about going to Paris, though. I said, well, that would help. For her to have that background and go to Paris, that would be perfect. So we'll see. That's to be continued. Having a teenager, oh, the joys. It's like, I'm so ready for her to graduate, but on the other hand, I don't want to let go of my child to the animals and the wolves in the world. But I'm over this. I'm so over her and being in school. It's almost like when they go to school, you're redoing school. No, I don't want to redo school. But that's all I have for this video. Let me know below, how do you guys pressure your kids? What do you think is the right amount of pressure? Should we pressure them at all? And I'll see you guys next video.